What if I told you your liver could be struggling right now, and you might not feel a single thing until the damage is already hard to reverse? That's the scary part. Your liver is one of the hardest working organs in your body. It cleans, filters, stores energy, helps with digestion, balances hormones, and supports your metabolism every single day, quietly, without asking for attention. And yet most people don't think about it at all. Not until they feel tired all the time. Not until their stomach feels heavy. Not until their skin looks dull. Not until they wake up feeling drained, even after a full night of sleep. And here's where it gets unsettling. A lot of people think if they don't drink heavily, their liver must be fine. That is not always true, because your liver doesn't just react to alcohol, it reacts to sugar, to processed food, to extra belly weight, to poor sleep, to stress, to sitting too much, to years of small daily habits that seem harmless until they add up. And this is the part no one talks about. Your liver can stay silent for a long time. No loud warning, no dramatic pain, no clear red light flashing on your forehead. Just subtle signs. A little more fatigue, a little more bloating, a little more brain fog, a little more stiffness, a little more weight around the middle that just won't go away. And most people brush it off as aging. They say, I'm just getting older. My energy isn't what it used to be. My body is slowing down. But what if your body isn't simply slowing down? What if it's asking for help? Think about the average day. You wake up. You don't feel refreshed. You grab coffee before water. Breakfast is quick. Maybe toast, cereal, a muffin, or nothing at all. You sit for long stretches. Lunch is whatever is easy. By afternoon, your energy crashes. So you reach for something sweet, salty, or caffeinated. Dinner is big because you barely ate right all day. Then maybe a snack at night because you still feel unsatisfied. Sound familiar? If it does, you are not alone. Millions of people fall into this pattern without realizing what it may be doing inside the body. And your liver is in the middle of all of it. Because the liver is like a processing center. Everything you eat, drink, and absorb passes through it in some way. And when that flow becomes too heavy, too constant, or too unnatural, the liver gets overwhelmed. But here's what most people don't realize. The real problem isn't usually one terrible habit. It's the repeated everyday load. Too much added sugar, too many packaged foods, too little movement, too many late nights, too much eating, and not enough recovery. It's the little things, the normal things, the habits people repeat for years because everyone around them is doing the same thing. And this is where the twist comes in. A lot of liver problems don't begin with something dramatic. They begin with comfort, convenient foods, sweet drinks, sedentary evenings, extra snacks while watching TV, stress eating, poor sleep, carrying extra weight around the waist. That belly area matters more than most people think. Because when fat builds up around the middle, it doesn't just change how clothes fit. It can also be a sign that your body's under strain on the inside. And the liver often takes that hit. Now listen carefully, because this next part could change how you see your health. Your liver is incredibly forgiving. That's the good news. It works hard to repair, recover, and keep going. Even after years of strain, it still tries to protect you. But the bad news? People take that forgiveness for granted. They assume they have time. They assume I feel okay means I am okay. They assume symptoms will be obvious. Not always. And that's why so many people miss the early signs. So let's talk about what really matters. The things that quietly hurt the liver and the simple things that help it bounce back. First, sugar overload. Not just desserts, not just candy, not just soda. I'm talking about the hidden sugar in flavored yogurt, breakfast cereal, bottled coffee drinks, sauces, granola bars, bread, crackers, juice, and healthy snacks. What most people don't realize is this. Your liver has to help process that constant flood. And when your body gets more sugar than it can use, that extra load can turn into stored fat. Not just around your waist, but inside the body too. That's why someone can say, I don't even eat that bad, while still overloading their system every single day. And here's where it gets scary. A drink that seems harmless can do more damage over time than a dessert you eat once in a while. Because it's the frequency, it's the daily habit, it's the repeated hit. If you want to help your liver, start by looking at what you sip, not just what you chew. Second, eating too often. Now, this may surprise you. Many people think they are helping their body by constantly snacking. A bite here, a treat there. Something sweet after lunch. Something crunchy before dinner. Something at night because it's just a little. But your body never gets a break. Your liver is always processing, always sorting, always managing energy. And this is the part no one talks about. Sometimes it's not just what you eat. It's how often you ask your body to deal with food. Giving your system longer breaks between meals can be powerful for some people. Not starving, not extreme dieting, just less constant grazing. Simple, gentle, more natural. Third, sitting for too long. This one gets ignored all the time. People think exercise only matters if they want to lose weight or build muscle. But movement is not just about appearance. It's about circulation, energy use, blood sugar balance, and taking pressure off the body's processing system. Even a daily walk matters, especially after meals. You do not need intense workouts. You do not need to punish yourself in a gym. You just need to move more than you do now. Because here's the truth. A body that sits all day handles food very differently than a body that moves. And that affects the liver too. Fourth, poor sleep. This may be one of the most underrated health problems in America. People protect their appointments. They protect their errands. They protect their TV time. But they sacrifice sleep. And then they wonder why they crave sugar, feel puffy, gain weight around the middle, feel irritable, and wake up tired. But here's what most people miss. Poor sleep doesn't just affect your mood. It affects your appetite, your energy, your hormones, and your body's ability to recover. That means your liver may be dealing with more stress than necessary simply because your nights are too short or too broken. If you are waking up at 3 a.m., snacking late, falling asleep with the TV on, or getting only 5 or 6 hours night after night, your body is not getting the reset it needs. And the older we get, the more that matters. Fifth, too much health food that isn't really healthy. This one catches a lot of good people. They buy low-fat snacks, protein bars, fruit drinks, packaged smoothies, meal replacement shakes, natural cookies, heart-healthy cereals. The labels sound safe. The ads sound smart. The packaging looks clean. But turn it around, and the ingredient list tells a different story. Added sugar, syrups, refined starches, artificial flavors, seed oils. Long ingredient lists that your grandparents would not recognize. And this is the part no one talks about. A food can be marketed as healthy and still create stress inside your body. Sometimes the best foods are the simple ones. Eggs, oatmeal, beans, berries, plain yogurt, vegetables, fish, chicken, nuts, olive oil, soup made at home. Food your body can actually recognize. Sixth, ignoring the warning signs because they seem normal. This is a big one. If your energy keeps dropping, if your digestion feels off, if your waistline keeps growing even though you're eating about the same, if your skin or eyes look dull, if you feel heavy after meals, if you are constantly sluggish in the morning, don't panic, but don't ignore it either. Your body whispers before it screams, and your liver is part of that conversation. Now, here's the hopeful part. You do not need a perfect diet. You do not need expensive powders. You do not need a 30-day detox with fancy teas and impossible rules. In fact, some of those so-called detox products are exactly the kind of thing you should be careful with. Because your liver does not need trendy gimmicks. It needs support, real support. And that starts with simple habits. Start your morning with water, before coffee, before breakfast, before anything sweet, just water. After hours of sleep, your body needs it. It sounds basic, but basic works. And here's what most people don't realize. When you do simple things consistently, they become powerful. Next, build your meals around real food. Not perfection, just improvement. Try this. A protein source, a fiber source, a healthy fat, something fresh. For breakfast, maybe eggs with fruit. For lunch, maybe soup and salad with chicken. For dinner, maybe fish, vegetables and rice. For snacks, maybe nuts, plain yogurt, or an apple. Not fancy, not extreme, just real. Then cut back on liquid sugar. This one change alone can make a huge difference over time. Replace one sweet drink a day with water, sparkling water, or unsweetened tea. That's it. You don't have to change everything in 1 week. Just remove one daily drain on your system. Then walk after meals. Even 10 minutes helps, especially after dinner. A simple walk can support digestion, blood sugar balance, mood, and sleep. And the best part? Almost anyone can do it. No equipment, no membership, no perfect weather required, just shoes in a decision. Now let's talk about late night eating. This habit is so common, especially when people feel lonely, tired, stressed, or bored. You finally sit down, the house is quiet, the day catches up with you, and suddenly you want chips, cookies, toast, ice cream, something comforting. This is not just about hunger, it is often about emotion. And this is the part that matters. You are not weak because you want comfort. You are human. But if food becomes the reward every night, your body pays the price over time. Try creating a new evening signal. Herbal tea, a short walk, a shower, a book, a phone call, soft music, going to bed 30 minutes earlier. Small replacements can break powerful patterns. And here's where it gets hopeful. Your body responds faster than most people think. More energy, lighter mornings, better digestion, less heaviness after meals, clearer thinking, a little less puffiness, a little more motivation. Sometimes those early wins are the proof people need to keep going, not because they are chasing perfection, but because they finally feel the difference between surviving and actually feeling better. Now, I want to say something important. This is not about blame. It is not your fault that modern life makes unhealthy habits feel normal. It is not your fault that processed foods are cheap, fast, and everywhere. It is not your fault that stress is high and sleep is low. But it is your responsibility to notice when your body is asking for a change. And if you are in your 40s, 50s, 60s, or beyond, that matters even more. Because the choices that seem small today become your future later. The extra sugar, the skipped sleep, the constant sitting, the late night snacking, the I'll deal with it later mindset. That future is being built right now. But so is your recovery. That's the message I want you to remember. Your liver is not asking for perfection. It is asking for relief, less overload, more support, less pressure, more recovery. And this is the part no one tells enough people. You do not have to wait until things get worse to take your health seriously. You can start now, with your next glass of water, your next walk, your next grocery trip, your next night of better sleep, your next choice to eat real food instead of convenience food. One decision, then another, then another. That is how health comes back. Not through fear, not through guilt, through steady, simple changes that your body can actually keep. So if you've been feeling tired, heavy, slower, foggy, older than you should feel, please don't ignore it. Listen to your body. Take the whisper seriously before it becomes something louder. Because protecting your liver is not just about one organ. It's about your energy, your digestion, your strength, your future, your ability to enjoy the years ahead with clarity and freedom. And if no one has told you this lately, your health is still worth fighting for, even now, especially now. If you care about your health and want more simple, honest videos like this, subscribe and stay with us. Your body may be quieter than you think, but it is talking to you every day. The question is, are you listening?